As you guys know, I've been having quite a bit of fun with the latest Snapshot, messing around with some of the new features that have been introduced into Minecraft. I'm still very proud of this thing. Even if these smoke particles cause my computer to just completely lock up. I don't know what it is about them, but they just seem to generate so much lag. So hopefully, in today's video, it's going to be a little bit less slideshowy, because we're actually going to be messing around with the lectern once again. Now, in the first episode, in which I was experimenting with the new features introduced into Snapshot, I built this relatively simple shopping system. If you want to see the videos I've already made of the snapshots, then I'll put links to those down in the description. But what I want to do in today's Redstone video is kind of work off of this concept, but create something far, far cooler that is actually useful. It expands on that idea massively and yeah, creates something pretty special. I just hope that all of it works properly because I haven't built this yet. So the idea is quite simple. Inside each one of these books, we have different categories for items. So this is going to be the redstone book. This one is going to be the general stone, cobblestone, dirt, all that sort of thing book. This one is going to be the wood book. This one is going to be the flowery bits book. And this one is going to be the food book. Now, the plan is that we can grab one of those books and chuck it into the lectern, and then you turn through the pages and select the item that you want to order from that category. So this will have all different types of wood. You land on the page that you want, and then you throw in your diamond, and you will get that item back. Hope that made sense. Okay. So we've got the selector. So that's going to be selecting the page. We then need to have... Okay, I think I've worked something out. This is hurting my brain a little bit for some reason. It's quite early in the morning. Yep, it's a little bit bigger than I was expecting it to be already. We're not even halfway done yet, but it's already absolutely enormous. So this is not a small build. This is not something to fit in a cute little shop, I think you'll find. I think this has to be in like a big industrial skyscraper. But it's going pretty well. So we've got our different categories of droppers. So each one of these dropper lines right here corresponds to the different books that we have, that we're going to be using to select the items. And then each one of these columns represents one of the pages of the book. So there are 15 pages, which means that we can have 15 different items per book. So now what we have to do is work out a system that allows our contraption to know which book has been removed, and then select the line of droppers that correspond to the book that is now in the lectern. That works. That totally works. So if I was to remove this item from here, you can see that that piston then extends across, and that means that when we create our button presses, this piston is the only one that is going to be powered, because this button, it's not actually going to be a button, it's going to be a diamond retrieval thing, so we'll put our diamond on the inside of there. This piston is the only piston that will extend from that. Okay, so here is our little diamond setup. So if we chuck a diamond inside that chest there, we get ourselves a redstone output through here. That's a relatively simple little item sorter. And then I guess our redstone clocks, well, this is actually a redstone clock. If I power this, you can see that we're getting flashing redstone signals, and then it's these pistons extending across which allow these droppers to be powered, which allow the items to go into the hopper lines, which are going to be running across the front here. But we just need to work out the pulse length, because I think it would be cool if we kind of had variable pulse lengths. I mean, just think about it. Are you going to pay the same amount for one stack of stone as you would for one stack of comparators? No, obviously not. I mean, they're obviously different in value, so that means that for the stone stuff, we need more stone per diamond than you would get with something like the redstone supplies. I thought it would also be a wise move to actually place in little indicators which tell you when items are running out of stock, because obviously with this massive system, I mean, it's going to be difficult to keep tabs on what items have been sold, how much you have left. So these redstone lamps should hopefully do the trick, and let's face it, they just look cool. Right, let's go. Alright, so how many items do you think we're going to get from that pulse extender? I mean, it's a bit of a strange way of doing it. That's actually not that bad. 45. Okay, I'm aiming for one full stack because this is the food section. Oh my word, that was so close. That was really, really close. I think we just need maybe one more tick on this repeater right here, and we should be golden. Let's have a look. If we chuck a diamond in here, I mean, it's not the prettiest redstone circuitry in the slightest. There's lots of bits hanging off, but I think we could be onto a winner. Nice. One full stack. Straight out of the system. Okay, that works quite well for, I would say, food, pretty things, wood. I'd say all of those things deserve one stack. Now, for the stone stuff, I think 3 stacks is probably good enough, which means that we are probably going to need staggered pulse extenders. I mean, this definitely isn't the most practical way to do this. I feel like this is a good point in the video to mention that this is very much a kind of proof of concept. I'm sure there's some of you redstone wizards out there that will be able to take all of this and compact it down to the size of a pea. Alright, I'm well aware of that, but I just want to try and get it done. Ah, yeah, oh, okay, I've set this up completely wrong. So, that actually powers all of the redstone clocks at once? Right, give me a second, because I just want to see... Okay, that gave us 64 and 16, that's nothing. How has that massive thing there only given us 64 and 16? That makes no sense to me. This is starting to get ridiculous. We might have to come up with a new way to actually create the pulse extender there, because I don't know if we can go much bigger than this. I mean, how many does this do? Surely we must be getting close by now. Right, so we've just gone past 2 stacks. Now we're getting towards 2.5 stacks. We still need to go bigger than this. That's 21 left. Okay, I'm guessing... I mean, this is enormous. Come on! That's so close. Okay, I reckon we can make up the difference with a few repeaters out in this line here. Yes, there it is. Okay, so this is the pulse extender setup that we have to get 3 stacks of items. Once again, making it very clear, someone could make this pea-sized. I have chosen to make it boat-sized. Now, I think for redstone resources, half a stack. Half a stack is more than enough. 1 diamond for half a stack of comparators, that's a good deal. There it is. Okay, so we have got 32 items from there. Nice. Now, this is something that I've been putting off for quite some time, but now I actually have to fill in all of these chests with all the items that we want, and I have to write out all of the books. This is going to be less enjoyable. What types of foods are there? Chorus plant, chorus fruit, I guess? That could be one of the foods. Beetroot? Is that a thing, or is it rhubarb? No, it's beetroot. Okay, we still have 3 more. Eventually I managed to get all of that worked out, and then it was time to fill up all of the droppers, which was honestly one of the most boring things I've done in Minecraft, so you'll be happy to hear that I haven't shown any of that in the video. But now it's time to actually test this thing. So I think to start things off, we will take a look at the food. So we punch that book, we get the book, we then chuck it into the lectern, and we flip it over to... I guess pork is probably a good place to start. I need some diamonds. If we then put one of my newfound diamonds into the system, that should activate this thing, and we should begin to get some pork coming through the system. Now, it does take... it's not the fastest system in the world, but eventually we should end up with 1 full stack of the stuff. Alright, and there we go. So, 64 bits of pork. Okay, now, I think we should continue shopping, so I'm thinking that next up, I want a little bit of wood. So, I fancy some birch planks, for example. 1 diamond on the inside of there. And that should, once again, should begin my order of birch planks, which are now coming through. So, we should get 1 stack of those as well. Eventually, hoppers really need to be faster. I mean, maybe I could have used water streams. That probably would have been a wise idea, but regardless, there are the 64 birch planks. So let's take that book back, chuck it back here, and then I think now we need some general items. So I fancy a little bit of andesite. How about that? Once again, diamond on the inside of here, and this time we should get 3 full stacks of andesite. But we got there in the end, so I've replaced the book, I've now got myself the redstone book, and I think I'm going to order in some slime. So, you know the drill. Diamond goes in, slime should arrive, and this time it should only be 16 items, because of course, you know, redstone supplies are a little bit more expensive. However, I have just realised that we're selling 16 slime blocks and 16 slime balls for the same price. I can't remember if we went for 16 or did we go for 32? 32. Okay, so you get half a stack. So obviously, you know, the value of things maybe needs a little bit of balancing. One way that you could actually categorize your items is you could have items that are 1 diamond for 4 stacks, then 1 diamond for 3 stacks, 2 stacks, 1 stack, and then half a stack. That could be a really good way to categorize things, but this is just a proof of concept. Once again, it's a very big, very bulky proof of concept, but I have to say, these features have me very excited about Minecraft 1.14. This has been a lot of fun to build. I really do hope that you enjoyed this redstone video. If you did, please hit that like button, and if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.